Hello my friends and welcome to this new practical tutorial where we're going to proceed to the inference. The inference means that we're going to make some predictions because indeed now we have a trained model and so we can use it to make new predictions. And we're going to make two kinds of predictions. We're first going to predict the energy output of all the observations in the test set, and then we will make a single prediction because I want you to know how to do a prediction based on a single observation. You will see that it's a bit different. Alright, so let's start first in this tutorial to do the predictions of the test set, and then in the next one we'll do that single prediction. So let's create a new code cell, and now we're going to create a new variable which we're going to call y_pred, and which will contain the predictions of the test set, meaning that we will take all the inputs of the test set that we created here, which is in xtest, right? It was in this step when we created the training set and the test set, we created xtest and ytest also. So ytest will be used later to compare our predictions to the values in ytest, because the values in ytest are the real results. You know, they are called the ground truth. And so we're going to see how close are our predictions to the ground truth in ytest. And mostly also we will use ytest combined to our predictions ypred to evaluate the performance of our model thanks to the two metrics, the R² and the adjusted R². Alright, so let's do this. Let's first get our predictions in the test set. So to do this, it's actually very simple. You take your model again, and then from your model, you're going to call another method, which is the very well-known predict method. This one, predict, then you add some parentheses, and then according to you, what do you have to enter as input in the parentheses? Well, obviously it's xtest, right? Because we want to make the predictions of the observations in the test set, meaning xtest, okay? And that's it. That's all you need to do to make the predictions of the test set. So we're going to run the cell. Perfect, well run. Then we're going to add a new code cell just to see what ypred looks like. There you go. And voila, these are the predictions of the test set. So for example, let's make the comparison for the three first data points. We have in our predictions 431, 458, 462, and the real energy outputs for this were, you can find that here, 431, 460, and 461. So you see that we are pretty close with our observations, right? The first one is almost the same. The second one is very close, 458, 460, and the third one is super close as well, 461, 462. So we seem to have a pretty good model that is able to make some pretty good predictions just based on a linear regression. So that's pretty good. And now we're going to proceed to the next type of prediction I want you to know how to do, which is the prediction of a single observation. And so we will make, for example, the prediction of a data point having a temperature of, let's say, 15, an exhaust vacuum of, let's say, 40, an ambient pressure of, let's say, 1000, and then, let's say, a relative humidity of 75. All right, try to do it yourself first, you know, by doing some research on Google to see how you're supposed to enter a single observation in the predict method. And then, of course, we will do it together in the next tutorial. All right, I look forward to doing this single prediction with you. And until then, enjoy machine learning.